idea is that they don't want bikies to own businesses where they can launder money, basically, is the idea. And this is why you have to register your financial interests in things.
Right. Well,
and you have to fill out the form. They ask you, is there anybody in a position of influence or control over the business? And she said no. And they're saying, well, from what we've seen, this Shane Cuthbert guy has a degree of control and influence over you and the business.
Yeah.
She could say, well, no, he doesn't, because I'm the sole director of the company. So what can he do? Look, at the end of the day, she's responsible for it legally, financially.
Is there anything wrong with, would you be allowed to put your hand up and say, listen, guys, just to let you know, I am actually the one that's calling the shots here. I'm just using my girlfriend's name to be the official owner of it. Is there anything wrong with you saying that, admitting that?
If I admitted that, then they could maybe charge her again with falsifying documents and saying, well, see, you lied on the document that said no one has control. Now we know he has control. So you lied.
Yeah, but
so
in reality,
they couldn't get me for anything.
In reality, how much control did you actually have over it compared to her?
Well, on paper, none.
No, but I mean in reality, how much of the work was she actually doing versus how much of it was you actually doing?
Well, nothing. I've done everything.
Oh, okay. So here you go. I thought she was actually running around organising things and doing up the place or had some involvement in running it at all.
No.
Oh, so it's purely just her name. She's not actually contributing the labour, the work, the skills, the decisions making at all.
No.
It's all you.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't be allowed to admit that. Just say, look, I make the decisions. That she's just, on paper. So, how do they regulate or decide or police who actually makes the decisions? If it's her name on paper, then who cares who's making the decisions?
Well, that's the thing. That's why they want to now charge her, I think, because it's their only way out of it, preventing it. Because if they rejected our liquor licence application and said we want, something else, then, we'd take it to court and the court would say, well, this guy's name isn't on anything. If you look at power and control, she's the company director. She can choose whether she winds up the company, whether she buys things. She has control over the bank accounts. Her name's on it. She controls what gets spent. The money goes into her account. How can you say this guy has control? It can't really be argued in court.
Right.
But they lied to us. So
Would it also mean if there's some dodgy practices going on, if you're doing some dodgy shit just yourself, personally, right? And they come in and find out you're making alcohol not to the requirements, temperature requirements, or you're doing some practice that you're not meant to be doing, wouldn't that mean that she would also technically be liable for that as well?
No, because she's not a licensee yet. So they have tried bullying her, saying, oh, you are the licensee of this premises, so you're responsible for everything. If he's selling alcohol here, and then, I've since corrected them and said, well, actually, she's not a licensee yet until you approve her liquor license. She's not under any of those conditions.
So what would she be liable for then at the moment?
Well, nothing.
And so what would you be liable for?
Well, nothing.
Right, so there's no liability at all at the moment?
Well, no, except for her lying to them. That's it.
All right, so her lie is just purely about you still being together. That's it?
Yeah.
What if she said, yes, you are together? What difference would it make?
Well, then I guess they would then say, oh, see, if you're together, then he's in a position of control or influence, because he can influence you, because he's if you're together.
What, was she living there at the time?
No.
So she's been at home with her parents.
Yeah, their mum and dad. So they know that. They're like, oh, we think he's living here. You're not. We know that you're not. But
Wait,
we think
they think you're living there?
Yeah.
But you are living there?
Yeah, I am, yeah.
So are they aware? They know that you're living there?
Well, no, I mean, I've told them that I'm not living there because you can't live in a commercial premises.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So hang on, where do they think you're living?
A washing machine, and they're like, oh, it looks like, are you sure you don't live here? But, there's no bed.
So where do they think you're living?
I don't know. They think I'm living there.
But hang on, where have you told them is your residential address as opposed to your business address?
One of my mum's units.
Oh, okay.
Which is on my driver's license as well.
Okay, so you just use one of your mum's investment properties as a residential address?
Yeah.
Okay. And who lives there?
Oh, well, now, actually, my mum and my stepdad, they just moved up here a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, okay, all right. So it's their place you used?
Yeah, but before that, it was an Airbnb, so...
Do you ever at least stay there occasionally, so in case they drop in, you can say,
Nah.
yeah, here's my room?
Nah.
Never?
Nah.
All right, so you got your mum to put up her... Does your mum know about this?
Yeah.
Okay, so she's put up her address as your residential address, so they can't get you for that, for living there. And they can't get you for living in the. I mean, they can't really just barge in and catch you sleeping in the bed or something like. I mean, how would they even prove that you're living there?
Well, that's the thing. It's hard to prove. Like, there's no bed, so
Yeah.
there's I have a sleeping bag that I roll up and tuck away. So, other than that, I mean, they can say there's a washing machine. I can say, oh yeah, that's for towels. Like,
Who's gonna die?
there's towels, like when we're cleaning shit up and rags and things. Yeah, there's a lot.
Wait,
so
so how do you? Where do you actually sleep though?
I actually sleep there in the office.
Do you have a bed?
Oh, nah, no bed.
Wait, where did Georgia sleep?
Oh, so we used to have a bed like 12
okay.
months, and we took it out. Like when we
Right.
applied for our liquor